Hi class, today I want to talk to you about a place that is special to me. It's where I live for most of the year and I enjoy its diverse culture, sports, entertainment, and restaurants. It is home to 9 different colleges and universities and it's a place we're all very familiar with. I want to talk to you about Worcester, Massachusetts. My goal today is to inform you about Worcester, how it was settled, its important role in the political development of the United States, Worcester's firsts, and its major industries and commercial activity so that you can get a better understanding of the city our school is in. First, I'd like to talk about how Worcester was settled. According to the Worcester History Museum website, when the first European settlers arrived in the 1670s, the Nipmuc people were living in this region, and it was called Quinsigamond Plantation. And it wasn't until 1684 that it was renamed Worcester, and many believe this was an angry gesture at King Charles II, who suffered defeat at the Battle of Worcester in 1651. The first permanent settlement of Worcester didn't come until 1722, when it was officially incorporated as a town. And the website goes on to say that a major part of the development of Worcester was the opening of the Blackstone Canal in 1828. The opening of this canal connected Worcester to Providence, Rhode Island, and it led to major industrial development in the city, in Worcester. And this ultimately led to Worcester being incorporated as a city in 1848, just 20 years after. From the days of when Worcester was first settled and colonized to more recent years, the city and its residents have played a major role in the political development of the United States. For example, according to Encyclopedia Britannica, Isaiah Thomas was a Worcester resident who owned a paper and carried first-hand accounts of the battles of Lexington and Concord and the early engagements of the American Revolutionary War. His first-hand accounts were instrumental in solidifying colonial resistance to the British rule. According to UMass Medical School, Worcester residents were also very active in Shays' Rebellion. Shays' Rebellion was a revolt against excessive land taxation, which exposed the weakness of the Articles of Confederation and ultimately led to the creation of the United States Constitution. Further down the UMass history lesson, it mentions that the first ever National Convention for Women's Rights was held right here in Worcester in 1850. This brought national attention to women's suffrage issues such as voting and owning property. And the same article also talks about how Worcester residents were early supporters of social reform movements such as the abolition of slavery, and the area as a whole was known for its social progressivism. As you can see, Worcester and its residents have had a large impact, an important role in the political development of the United States, but it's also had an important role in other areas as well, and all over the world. So next I'd like to talk to you about things and people that originated in Worcester. According to the UMass Medical School history lesson, the Declaration of Independence was first publicly read in Worcester in 1776 by Isaiah Thomas. And with the first National Women's Rights Convention happening in Worcester, according to the UMass Medical School article, this led to the creation of birth control. Margaret Sanger, who was the founder of Planned Parenthood, went to a Worcester biologist named Gregory Pincus with an idea about birth control pill. And this was no accident. She felt that since Worcester had been supportive for women's rights reform in the past, that it would be a good place to start. Gregory Pincus conducted research and eventually created the birth control pill that we know today. According to the Worcester History Museum website, Elm Park was the first public park in the entire country, and it's right here in Worcester, and it's over by the Becker College campus for those of you that don't know where it is. According to the same Worcester History Museum website, Albert Michelson, first Nobel Prize winner in 1902, was the head of the physics department over at Clark University. And further down the same website, it mentions that Harvey Ball invented the well-known smiley face in 1963, and also only made $45 off of it because he never patented it. Now that we've looked into the past, I want to bring it to present day so you can see what Worcester is all about and how it's developing into an amazing city by showing you its major industries and commercial activity. According to a City Data article on Worcester, Worcester is a major manufacturing, distribution, service, retail, and trading center for all of New England. The article also mentions that new developments in both biotechnology and high-tech industries, as well as the health industry and development and manufacturing, highlight Worcester's areas of greatest recent growth. The article also states that Worcester is home to 9 different colleges and universities, and this makes it the second largest employer in the city. This shows that Worcester's workforce is highly skilled and well trained, and this is drawing businesses to the area, and it's why so many have relocated in recent years. With all of this being said, Worcester has a lot of history, amazing people, and a lot of great things to look forward to in the future. But for my speech, I wanted to also take a look back into the past. My goal was to inform you about Worcester, how it was settled, its important role in the political development of the United States, Worcester's firsts, and its major industries and commercial activity so that you could get a better understanding of the city our school is in. I hope you all learned something today, and as Martin Luther King Jr. said, we are makers of history. We are not makers of history, we are made of history. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.